Are you struggling to find small local businesses to lead generate? In this video, I'm going to show you a platform that I've found for my clients. If you don't know me, I'm Ella Cook and I'm your expert at generating leads. Let's get into it. Welcome to LeadSwift. They actually source data from Google, Yelp, Facebook, Yellow Pages, and Bing. So in this platform, it's actually got a lot of diverse features. I'm going to actually just show you around the whole sourcing data. But first, let's look at the pricing. So the pricing is actually really affordable. I'm on the starter plan, which means you get one search a day, which is only $19.99 if you use my code below. I'm not sponsored. I'm not getting made to create this video. I'm doing this because I generally love giving back and educating my audience on what tools I've been using and how they're working for me and my clients. Let's jump into the platform. You'll see here I've created a few searches. I've already created the search for today, so I've actually used my quota, but I'll show you how you would create a campaign. You'd first just come up here, add campaign, you would name it, let's just pop in test, submit, and then you would come in here and you'd actually pick your industry and then you would run the data sourcing. A little hack that I forgot to mention, that under the search name title for where you can click the different industries, you don't actually have to choose one of those industries. You can type in a specific keyword and press enter. Back to the video. The scraping of the internet. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like once you've scraped it. I've created this one for all the UA mastermind because I feel like this is a part that's actually a lot of people in the community are struggling with, is building out your pipeline. And when I came across this tool, I wanted to share it with you guys. So what you will see here, once it comes up, this is a large file because I've done the whole of the United States, but you'll actually get a lot of information that is really useful. So you'll see here, show and hide columns. This is pretty much, you get to pick what information is useful to you in order to export and actually have your column set out the way that you'd like. So you'll see here, I think the really interesting thing is like the Google ranking, Yelp, Google reviews. I think that's really helpful when acquiring a business. But from the other perspective, if you're an agency owner, I think it's also really useful to know whether they actually even have a website or a LinkedIn or a social media, because that's something that you can also sell to them as well. So over this side, you will see filters. What I can do here, if I press no, that means they don't have an email. If I press the tick, they have an email. And then I can also say no website. So then I can go and approach them and be like, hey, I can actually build, a website for you guys because you're in the dinosaur era. So let's just put here, has an email address, because we want to be able to reach out to these guys. Or you can do the old school, pick up the phone, or you've got their email address and actual physical location address. But let's just pop in here, email. So now it's loading. So you'll see here, the email addresses will come up. So a great feature if you're trying to target the decision maker, you'll see this little question box here. And so what that does is it gives you the ability to actually give you ideas of what to pop into that filter search button. So what I've done is I've just written out previously, job title, president, owner, co-founder, CEO, and then I press go. So this can filter it down for me a little bit further and making sure that I actually get the decision makers information. But you'll see here that there's actually more than one email address. So when you go to export, you'll either say export with one business per row, which what that means is it comes up with like email address, and comma, which isn't good for me because I will then pop this into an automation tool. And so that's not great. I want it each export one contact per row. And so then you can export this. So I'm going to do that for you guys so you can see what it looks like on the other end. Okay, so when this comes up, this is because I haven't actually enabled what filters I would like and because I have over 20. Okay, here you'll see the raw spreadsheet that I downloaded from LeadSwift. So we've got our name, address, website, phone number, email address. And then as I slide across, you'll see the Google ratings and the Google reviews, as well as like the Facebook linked URL link, as well as like where they've actually scraped this information from. So my next step from here would actually be using Million Verifier. It's a platform that pretty much verifies all the email addresses. It's super straightforward. I will link that below. It's a really affordable tool when you want to go and send like mass outbound email communication. You just want to make sure that you've got all verified email addresses. Then from there, what I would do is I would get my VA to come in and actually put all of the first names here. So anything that's verified, and I can see like Courtney, Edward, that would then be my next step. And then this is the fun part. I've actually been using Chat GPT as an extension on my spreadsheet, and what I can do is actually craft a custom first line using Chat GPT. Let me show you in the next spreadsheet. Okay, I'm not going to give you a full demonstration on how I've actually set this up because I've created another video up here that walks you through this. But what I love to do is create a prompt depending on what industry I'm working with. So you'll see the prompt here. I always try and say, don't sell anything, don't mention AI, don't sound cheesy. But what this is the opening line of an email. You actually see that when you're flicking through your email. So this is really powerful to be able to personalize it, scraping some information from their website or their LinkedIn profile. So you'll see here, this is a lot of information. I actually will get my team to go through this and actually pull out the meaty bits and just have the quality line. So for example, here, I would probably remove all of this and just have, the LinkedIn sentence and take out the cheesy bits. But how it looks when my team actually cleans this up is really powerful because I normally say to the AI is find a recent post on LinkedIn and mention something there. So you're building that rapport. So for an acquisition standpoint, you could actually figure out a prompt that works well of saying, hey, I'm a small business owner. I'm actually looking to acquire businesses. Can you write me a first line from their website that is an interesting key point? And so it actually gives you some substance to if you're doing a large outbound communication, you've got that personalization in there. And I want to show you how much this actually costs me because it's insane how cheap it is. Okay, look how much this has cost me. I probably generated over 1,000 lines and it's cost me 20 cents. So I actually was looking to acquire a business that actually did this. It was called lying.ai. And I was like, gosh, they're using Chat GPT. And I figured out actually how they did it. So it's really funny. But moving back onto LeadSwift, I think it's a great tool for sourcing data, not for the automation part. So if you're wanting to automate your outbound communication and you don't have the time to do it, give me a message either on my Instagram at @ellamorningcook or in the UA Slack channel. I've created this video mainly for you guys because I just think LeadSwift is this tool that really can help you guys grow your pipeline. But yeah, I'm here to help. I'm actually thinking about putting a package together if you guys want me to help you guys set this up. Another tool that I use is called Instantly for cold email outbound. And then I use Growth Haus for SMS, LinkedIn, and email, and kind of pulling that together before you push it to your CRM. And then I use Notion for a tracking tool. So up here, I'll put my little pipeline of how I'm actually looking to acquire businesses and how I kind of keep track of my pipeline. And then I also do that in HubSpot as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you got value, please hit that subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Now, I've created a 2-part series. So watch the next video if you'd like to see what I do with this LeadSwift data and how I use it in an automation tool.